Hey guys, just got done watching Urban Legends Bloody Mary from 2005, and it's one of those films where it's just not good, but it's bearable not good. Like, if you've got some friends, you'll watch with them, take the mick out of it, and if you do watch it, you'll just go, hey, it was bearable, but there's nothing special about this movie. So basically, the movie stars Kate Mara, who has been in American Horror Story, and he's going to be the Invisible Woman in the next two up-and-coming Fantastic Four movies. Now, I'm not looking forward to them, but I'm hoping they're good. Then you got Robert Vito as David Owens, Tina Lifford as Grace Taylor, and Grace in this movie is really funny. She's smoking the pot and she's getting high all the time. Ed Marino as Bill Owens, Michael Coe as Buck Jacoby, Liv Fields as young Mary Banner, and then you've got Alessia Rulin playing Mindy, who was in High School Musical. So basically, this movie starts out in 1969 in Salt Lake City at the dance, and basically three guys drug three girls, take them out, and one of them basically runs to get away. And the mysterious guy, the boy, who's the jock at the time, he basically tries to grab hold of her. She pulls away. She smashes her head on the counter and she dies. And I guess he leaves her body there. Now, her body's just in a cupboard kind of thing, just by the stairs in the school. So go forward and you've got Samantha, you've got her friend Mindy and Martha, kind of talking to each other, and they come out of like this story of it being an urban legend. And they're going about, if you say Bloody Mary 3 times in the mirror, she appears. Well, Kate ends up saying it, but she's not looking into a mirror. And you're sitting there going, she's not looking in a mirror, she's looking up at the ceiling like this. And you're like, so she's going to say it, and all of a sudden, you see Bloody Mary pop up outside like, and you're like, no, because she didn't look into a mirror. Then you've got her brother, David Owens, who comes home and goes, oh, Mindy, nice. Because he's looking at her breasts. And they do look nice in that top. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So basically, somehow, I don't get this, they didn't go to the homecoming dance, but somehow it turns out that they got drugged and they got took out in the middle of the field in the night. And I'm sitting there going, well, I didn't see the boys do this. I didn't see him get drugged in any way, so what the hell happened? But apparently that happened because her mum calls up saying basically to the police, Pam Owens, says, oh, they're missing. And they go apparently 24 hours, blah, blah, blah. Well, Samantha comes home all dirty. And thus becomes what Bloody Mary's all about. It's all about boring cliche drama with the odd stupid kill that seems to want to be Final Destination, but with Bloody Mary. Now, the movie doesn't really revolve around the Bloody Mary urban legend that much, which is quite disappointing. So basically, you get people getting killed. Like at the beginning, Roger goes to a tanning place, a bikini tanning place, and it's going there, it's like, oh, Roger, I'm going to take my tub off and you can do me on the counter, Roger. So he gets into the tanning thing, which shuts. Never been in one and never want to be. Don't like tans. Never believed in getting tans. For some reason, that's just me. I don't know, something just weird about it. It's not natural for me, you know? But that's me. My mum was always into that stuff to a degree. She had one of those tanning things. Anyway. So it's in there, and slowly the temperature's rising, and he's like, and then he basically burns to a crisp. Well, that's not very interesting. It's quite boring, because he goes, and then he's dead. The girl realises, she's like, oh no, Roger, you're dead. Oh no. And I was like, why don't you cop a film, love? Because he's dead because of you. Then basically you've got Buck, his other friend, who's in a hotel room, and you're like, what's he doing in a hotel with his dog when his dad's at home? Anybody really knows why, you can tell me down below. But I was like, what's he doing in a hotel room? So he goes out, puts his arm up a machine because it's too tight to pay for it, and his arm gets stuck. He eventually pulls his arm out, but pulls the whole thing down. And all these food bits fall out. So he grabs hold of them and takes them in there because he's watching porn on the TV. Goes in there, opens the closet, and his dog is gutted. That's an urban legend. People can lick toe. So basically, he goes on a bit and his legs get pulled, and Bloody Mary climbs over him and she slits his throat. And you're sitting there going, you know, not fun. Another boy, he basically goes to a fence where it says high voltage. Now, well, in the middle of the night, you can go anywhere, buddy. You can pay anywhere. But no, you decide to go up to a high voltage fence, and you pee on it, and you look and go, oh, there's nothing there. There's no electricity. So what does he do? He pees all over it like a good little boy, and Bloody Mary turns the electric on, and he's dead. You just sit there going, what the? You're like, these people dying from stupidity. Now, Buck, to be honest, he was indoors. He was in his hotel room, and you know his dog got gutted. But come on, how's this supposed to be scary? You got Heather, who's a friend of Samantha's, and basically she wakes up and she's got this big, massive looking zit thing on her face. Now this is probably the best one in the film, and this is saying a lot, right? So basically she squeezes it, and all this blood goes up against the thing. So she looks closer in the mirror like this, and then all of a sudden it starts moving like, and spiders start crawling out. She kills one, and more come out, and the hole gets bigger, and you see them all come down there and all this, and it's like, ugh, oh no. But the problem is they're really bad CGI spiders. So she ends up going into the mirror basically, and she ends up 2 bits of glass stuck in her head. Now, unlike an old person who'd go like this, she goes like this. So she pulls her face off, and all these spiders come crawling out of her face, and you're just like, I'd like to if she'd, because Samantha's banging on the door. I would have liked to if she'd have gone straight flying over the balcony and fallen on the floor with the glass going deeper in her eyes or something. So anyway, so it carries on, and basically there's this whole mystery being unfolded about who killed Mary, and basically David and Samantha go looking for people to deal with what happened on that night in 1969. Thus they meet Grace. It's probably a real great character because I really enjoyed her. Like she like power to the people and all this, and she's like, I ain't going there. Oh no, I'm not going there. And she was great. Great character. Wasted in a film like this. So basically they end up figuring stuff out. And Grace is like, oh, you know, if you look up the pictures, you'll know who was the reason for it. So they look up the pictures. They go looking, basically. Another person dies. Then all of a sudden David gets attacked by a bloke in a hoodie, basically, and suffocates him. Whether he's dead or not is another question. I'm guessing he is. And Samantha's like, oh, I've got to go get the body. So she goes down the stairs in the school, goes in the room, finds the body like, boom. Why didn't anyone else find the body? Why didn't anybody else smell the body? Why didn't they find it? Why didn't they smell it? Why didn't they accidentally find it? It's like, it's right there in front of you. Why didn't you look? So she gets the body, she's running, she falls over, and she gets it in the car, she gets it in the van thing. And someone comes running and tries to get it. And then she gets into the cemetery, and she's like digging up Mary's grave like this. You know, and you're like, oh no, here comes Bill Owens. That's right, Bill Owens comes, basically a stepdad comes, and he's a great bloke in this movie. He's trying to become mayor of the city and everything, and he's going to change things, right? Turns up, and you're like, he's a bit dodgy, and he's looking at her, he's got the shovel, he smacks her around the face with it. Ooh, what a good dad, and a good male role figure. So, he does that. Spoilers, sorry, spoiler alert. And then basically he tries to kill her. Mary turns up. She basically smiles at Samantha like this. She kisses David, not David, sorry, she kisses Bill Owens, pulls him into her grave, and they vanish basically. And you sit there going, what a great way to end this movie. So basically the movie's terrible, but it's bearable. What I mean by that is it's one of those terrible films that you'll sit there and watch and see how much worse it can get. Certainly it doesn't get that worse. It's still entertaining, it's still a lot of fun, but if you expect anywhere near the first two, don't bother. If you expect something and you just want to watch something bad like I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer, which was the third movie, if I Know What You Did Last Summer, Still Know What You Did Last Summer, and then you had I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer. Well, this is like I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer. A terrible film, but you can watch, you can get through it. But at least, unlike I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer, the zombie didn't get affected with an ice pick. Or a meat hook, or whatever you want to call it. One or the other. I don't know, but I remember sitting watching that film going, why did they do this? And with this film, I'm just like, well, they tried to mix it up a bit, but it just wasn't working. It just felt underappreciated, underacted. Didn't feel like it had the right cast. Didn't feel like anyone was really putting any effort into it. It's like Samantha's friends at the beginning, you think, oh, they're going to be a big part of it. They're going to get haunted by Mary. They're going to get attacked. Well, you only see them a couple more times in the film going like this. Oh, you think you're clever, don't you, Samantha? And they walk off. Or, oh, you shouldn't want to be around him after what he did to us, and walk off. No character development for any of them. Samantha's like, oh, I feel bad for Mary. I need to find out what happened. And Grace lets him in, and David's like, oh, she goes to David, will you help me? He goes, it's about time you asked me, because I'm your brother, and I'm a whole lot of fun. And you're sitting there going, yeah, not good. Not good, not good at all. But worth watching. It's worth watching if you like things to do with Bloody Mary, but are not accurate and are not really that interesting. I know it sounds funny, but I'm just glad I watched it because it means it's one of those films that I'll never watch again. Which I found entertaining, but at the same time, I'd never watch it again because it's terrible. Do you understand what I mean? I mean, it's worth watching once, but it's one of those films that once you've watched once, you won't watch it again unless someone forces you to watch it when they come round, or if they're your wife. They go, oh, I want to watch Urban Legends Bloody Mary. You're not going to watch it again. So rent it, buy it for $2 or £2 or wherever you are, 2 baht, 2 yen, whatever. Buy it for what? Buy it cheap if you want to see it, but don't go out your way to watch it because it's highly not worth it. But it's worth it just to see Kate Mara's basically being more than Matt McNamara's girlfriend in Nip Tuck, more than being in 24 and so forth. It's just great to see her in a movie, I guess, because I haven't seen her in any other movies. So, yeah, other than that, I don't recommend it. I'll give it a 2 out of 5 because it was decent, but it was not good at all. It was one of those crap so bad, it's all white movies. Bloody Mary wasn't scary. She didn't scare me at all. She wasn't even that scary to even look at. When they did do her face funny, it was CGI'd on top, so it wasn't that great. And I think when you have a lead baddie or lead person you're supposed to feel sorry for who's scary, it's supposed to be, and that wasn't, to be honest. So, I'll give it a 2 out of 5, and I'd like to thank you all for watching. And as always, let me know what you think down below of Urban Legends Bloody Mary. And if you haven't, subscribe. I'll appreciate it. And there'll be a lot more movie reviews coming to you soon. And if you have any suggestions or recommendations, let me know down below and I'll review them. So thanks for watching, guys, and take care.